cookie guys. Goofy ass fun.
Oh
All
God,
right.
my notebook. Hold on.
Your notebook.
Like the movie?
Like,
I'm
Shut
joking.
Okay, bingo.
up.
Totally lost my mind.
Oh, hell.
unhinged. I'm so fucking here for it.
All right,
Jesus.
excellent. Hey, we're back.
right.
A little sneak peek of the last minute panic behind the scenes.
Did that make it to the camera?
Oh, it sure
man.
did. Sure did.
Incredible. I'm
Like-
watching it happen now. It's incredible.
Like right after the oh shit, my notebook is when I hit the button.
Oh God.
Excellent. Hey, we're back. Welcome back to Tenements of the Great Rift. This is a D&D fully in homebrew now, doing it live campaign. We were just talking about this behind the scenes here. We've been going on it's over 3 years now, right?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like June of
kind of.
19 or 20, June of 20.
June of 20.
Oh,
June or July.
Right
20.
before Joe and I got married.
yeah, excellent. And it's been a wild ride. This is in no way, shape, or form it's sort of like farewell. We're just reminiscing, especially because we're at level 18 right now. Oh. So here's I should fix this so you guys can actually see what's going on. Okay. We literally cut at the end of last session, at the end of a big fight with a question mark. This was a unique one. Let me backtrack to the beginning. We found the Templar. Huzzah!
Wee.
Um,
Woot.
he was in his statue state that at least is and Gert had seen, if I recall that correctly, through some communing. Yeah. Okay. So we found him. We gave his sword back, and he has given us some insights, some information. We had a little bit of a moment with Gert, looking at. I believe you understood this to be the case. In character, you would anyway. So I'm just going to say it. What I call potentialities, like potential timelines, that all converged into this one stream that you saw, and this one in particular looked at a time that you and your parents are together, alive, and the town that you came from is intact, which we know where you are from is not the case. We also had a little bit of a heater with Iz, revealing that the Templar is indeed Iz's patron. That was
I'm still on cloud 9 with that, my dude.
that
I'm
was
still-
that was a moment. That's a keeper for sure. And we didn't really have much Q&A. We pretty much kind of went right to it, right?
Mhm.
Came back to the center of that chamber, and just until we get to our big like talk about the campaign at the end, what I will say is you understood this to be just like someplace in the multiverse was this space that you were in, and he basically just took his sword, stabbed it into the ground, and shattered it, bringing you into the chamber you're in now, where we pretty much just had to run from the wrath of Tharizdun, which is a name that would be familiar to you guys from a previous interaction with bad guys that we are not fans of. But now,
Guys.
Bad
now
guy.
we do find ourselves now at the end of this walkway that we formed up at the end of the chamber, and doors revealed with some voices saying, "I think we found them. This must be it." Revealing one, Yan Sibin, but along with Whirl's two parents. So before we get that going, is there anything you guys want to add that I might have left out or misrepresented or anything along those lines?
I think we got to see like through the area that they were stepping through was like a big old city with like fire and I don't think you said brimstone, but it was like a big old flaming city behind them.
Of course. How could I leave that out? So yeah, this like gateway is open, and we're staying on this map for now because this is physically where we are. But yeah, through this gateway that's open is like just this drop off, as far as you can tell, that looks out into this wide open space that's like lava lake and lava plumes everywhere. But off in the distance is going to be this, what you can tell is a city floating on a massive slab of land, I guess, slab of earth, and it's covered by this like translucent dome. And you can feel heat bellowing into this area from this space as well. That was about as vague as of a description as I gave you at first, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. With that, then the floor is yours. The gate has just been opened.
Yeah, I think Worrell sees her parents and she immediately runs up that thing, goes, "Mom!" and like hugs her first, and then kind of like awkwardly is like, "Hey," and like half hugs Brian. And is just so excited that they're both safe. Slightly more importantly, that her mom is safe, because now she has realized that her mom has been taken through all of these places, and that's scary. How are you? Are you okay? What's going on? Hi.
Okay, and Andrea, I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit if that's okay.
Sure.
We haven't experienced anything about your mother before outside
Sure.
of like a note that was written for you on a kitchen table. What does she look like?
Sure. Oh man, I did this last time. I'm trying to remember how I described her. She has a really like round, happy face. She has like light, brown hair. And she has a great laugh, but otherwise she's just like a kind of basic human-shaped human. Yeah.
Okay. She will match your embrace and
Yay.
not really say anything at first, is just like big bear hug. And Brian is gonna come over and you know, sort of match your one-handed hug, but give you a couple taps on the shoulder as well.
Sure.
And then just kind of like glance at the rest of the group, give a singular nod, and just kind of take in the moment. Your mom will start to respond to you. "Oh dear, this has been wonderful. How are you?"
That's, oh boy, such a loaded question. Immediately right now, great. But we've kind of been like fighting through a bunch of stuff. I don't know how much Brian has told you.
"Oh, your father's been telling me all sorts of wonderful stories."
Great. Stories about us. I don't know that he has seen us so much. Hi. Also, I guess I don't know how much you have been seeing us much. Yeah, we're here at, these are my friends. We're the RT boys. Don't ask. This does really cool spooky things, and also she gets all of her stuff from this guy, which that's neat. This is Taryn. He can heal things, and he also used to have a bird. Shit, I'm so sorry. And he used to be yellow.
Oh my God.
This is
So
full, just verbal brain dump of immediately everything that has happened, because so many things have happened. He used to be yellow, and now he is purple. This is Gert. Gert does have a bird. She also heals things really good, and she bonks things really hard. And then this is Cal. That's, again, all I know about Cal.
He likes spaghetti.
No, he doesn't like spaghetti, because
He doesn't like spaghetti.
Yeah, no, because spaghetti reminds him of brains.
Where is
That's
that
how we got
coming
there.
from? I'm so
This was a conversation that the two of us had while you guys were all on the birds talking about Taryn's like
Years ago.
mid situation crisis, and then I was like, "What's your favorite food?" And he's like, "Not spaghetti."
Oh my God.
This is extra funny to me because small peek behind the curtain. Andrea does full stream of consciousness like that once in a while.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You're both so lucky that I stopped myself from like nose copying just then.
Yeah. Excellent. Oh shit. Okay. I gotta bring myself back into it.
The back of my head hurts for some reason.
Oh, yes. Well, your father's been telling me a lot about, well, at least what you said when you saw him in the temple. So a lot of that tracks.
Good.
It's-
What are you guys doing here? Also, no offense, what the fuck are you doing with this guy? And I'm pointing at Jan C. Bin.
Yeah, he's just he's in his like semi-human form, with like the flowy hair and everything. He's just kind of standing there with his arms crossed, and Brian's gonna do this awkward like, oh yeah, well, we told you that we would do everything to try and help you, and so we went back to my home. And very long story short, followed a trail of breadcrumbs through the other elemental planes as well, and heard rumors of, you know, the princes, and you would realize that he's being very careful about that particular word, like choosing it intentionally.
Sure.
That the princes had this sort of thing going on, but we heard whispers of your names as well. We ran into him and found that he was rethinking his position on everything that's going on. And you'd be able to tell, like, that pause was another intentional, like, very carefully choosing his words kind of moment. So he agreed to help us basically find an interruption point in this rift. And he looks over at Jan Sebin and he nods.
Tyrion would. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'll let you go. I just have thoughts about Yancy, so I'll let you go.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna turn to Yancy Bin and go. And what was the catalyst for this change of heart?
Yeah, the last time we talked to you, you were pretty like jazzed on the fact that you would open the door on your own, and that like all the things are coming together, and the rift gets opened every time. Like you knew it was gonna happen, and you were again like really not on our side. So
I have seen the end result of my actions many times over.
whatever thing you're doing is not coming across.
It's not coming across at all.
It's like
It sounds like
sounds
garbled
like
wind.
he has lost his voice.
Also, I know that we've
Bummer.
heard this music before, but it's called A Web of Lies, and so inside Andrea is freaked out. The world does not know that information.
Maybe this will be another reason to stop Zoom too, because Zoom doesn't like to use my software very well. Let me just double check. Yeah.
I think it's
Nonsense.
just this specific one, because there's like a lot of them work.
A lot of them are fine. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? We're just gonna have to imagine. You've heard his voice before, so just it's that. Yes, he's gonna say, I've seen the end result of my actions several times over, and I realize that this is just as much a detriment to my own ambitions as it is to anyone else's.
And those ambitions are.
To have my own place of rule.
Don't you have a whole plane? I don't know how like the government stuff works on other planes, Dad. Maybe you can help me with that.
Make a history check. Anybody who would like to have any sort of insight into this response.
Sure.
Yeah, Worrell would say that, and Tyrion would also go like, yeah, the title of Prince does make it sound like, you know, you've got something to go along with that.
That can't be right. The dice gave me a 2, and yet it's giving me a 12, which does not make sense, but I'm gonna take the 12.
Do you have some sort of like proficiency, mastery?
I mean, not that much. I shouldn't
Okay.
have a plus
That's
10.
It says you rolled 9 and rolled 20.
Right,
Yeah.
but all right, the dice showed me a 2, but I'll just pay attention to that. But I also want to use one of my genie rolls, so I'm adding a d4 to that.
DM is
Hell yeah, 13.
What's up?
Okay. Yeah, so he's going to say, the title of prince is rightfully given, but misunderstood. If I am to be completely honest, I truly only rule what I personally conquer. I cannot fabricate how you would know this. Some kind of studies somewhere, experience something a teacher at some point had said to you, or taught, or anything, anything along those lines that we can come up with. You have
stole a book.
You stole a book.
Stole a book.
Probably.
You do have a deeper understanding of the makeup and hierarchy of the elemental planes overall, and what he's saying tracks. Like, being a prince of the apocalypse is more of like a destiny upon creation mantle given to them. But the princes don't actually, they're not like the kings of the planes that they're from. They're like, prince is a formality title given to them as basically the most powerful being in that plane and able to conquer whatever they want. But there is no official formal like rule that they have. Whirl, you also have some history behind this. You would understand that, like, as you've literally said, you might have a hard time understanding. Well, I thought you already had your own kingdom to rule, sort of thing. But you do sort of follow his response in understanding that, oh, maybe it's not quite that simple.
Okay, so how'd you get here?
I possess the ability to go wherever I choose, at my own risk, of course.
And the risk of my parents?
This was their request.
Okay, fine.
And I have a question. I just want to figure out how to ask it in a way that's like, gives better information. So what have you been doing in the meantime? This is directed towards Yancy Bin as well.
In a manner of speaking, brooding and planning.
Productive. What have you been planning for?
I once perpetuated the terrible things happening to all of our worlds out of a short-sighted and ignorant vision. I now stand to do what I can to correct that. And the most immediate idea that came to mind was finding you. It seems that you are the only creatures I can think of that are even trying to do anything about what's going on.
To be fair, we're the only ones who really know the full scope of everything that's going on.
Indeed.
But thank you, or not thank you. That wouldn't be the word. I'm glad that we've made quite the impression, and that hopefully something's starting to change or diverge from the other timelines. So what's brought you here? Other than finding us, is there like do you need us for something? Have you thought of something that we need to get to go do?
I have not thought of anything that I should instruct you to do, but I believe I've found a way to at least give opportunity that you have the best possible chances of defeating the dragon. And he's just going to point behind him toward the city. We are going to a place you only know of in fables. You must look the part. And he's just going to hand wave at all of you guys, and basically super prestidigitate. Clean all of you up. Bloodstains, dirt, stank, everything is like you guys are all.
But I like my stank.
This is the first bath I've had in 50 years.
I know. I fully stopped counting on like 41. I don't frankly know where we are.
Yep. You're all going to basically be cleaned up to the point that you like look pristine, and if you would so choose, we're going off of like self-image. So like the nicest you would want to look in your own way is basically how you look. I don't want to put anybody on the spot by saying we're all going to go around the table and say what we look like, but does anybody want to like super extravagantly describe what they look like now that it's like basically the nicest you're ever going to look?
I've low-key thought of this because I have a different campaign where all of the characters went to a ball, so I was like, what would
Hell yeah.
do at a ball? And then I was like, ruin the place. But she has like, I have kind of already thought that everything that she's wearing very much allows for and heightens the fact that she has a constant moving wind around her, so it's very like loose, flowy, like the blowy sleeve that like attaches to your wrist and just like flutters off kind of thing. In like light general blues and purples, and also something bodicey because of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like the biggest thing that would change about Terran is his hair would get like straightened out, and it would look better than how it probably would have become over the last couple weeks. And then all of the things, everything that he's wearing, the purples would become more vibrant, instead of probably like the more brownish color that they would have turned over over our days of travel. And then his shield and bunkus would be polished up.
Nice.
I think for Gert, just her hair looks very much more flowing. And yeah, she got a blowout. But also her skin is just glowing now. Like the golden color of her skin is just beaming now because all of that dirt and grime that's just been caking up over all of this time has been washed away, and now it's just like bam, sunlight. So yeah, Gert is golden right now.
Nice.
It's like her hair doesn't have as many flyaways. Like the one braid that she has kind of going across her hair is like neatly tucked away a little bit more. And her complexion is very much the same sort of changeling, pale-esque lack of any sort of color, but it has a sheen about it that makes it kind of look like porcelain. Outside of that, just, she'd probably still look slightly unkempt because that's just kind of her vibe.
But it's now like a clean unkempt as opposed to a disheveled,
It's like her belts are a little bit more tightened and robes have been tucked away a little bit more neatly, but
it's a choice
still kind
now.
of
Right.
Now it's fashion and not I'm running for my life.
Nice.
My scales are shiny.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome. Okay. they're gonna start all walking toward this this opening, like where the drop off is, and Brian's gonna basically shuffle over to you, Whirl, and go, hey, do you have the bag?
Is the bag
Yep, right here.
I was like, I'll hand it. I can't have the bag because I also have a necklace and I didn't want them to like Michael base blood, so someone else had the bag. Oh, here's the bag.
He's gonna hold a hand up like this and look at you as, may I?
Yeah. Sure. Cool.
I mean, it's your bag.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us borrow the car, Dad.
Yeah, as you're kind of holding it out, he's gonna pull open the like, what is it called, pull string opening, and just kind of hold his hand up to it and tilt his head and like wiggle a couple fingers, and you'll see this piece of cloth just like zip right out and into his hand. This would look familiar to, I think only the two of you, Iz and Whirl, have seen this. It's basically like a red triangular piece of fabric, like tattered, torn fabric that's got an insignia on it that neither of you, oh wait, no, one of you recognized.
Yeah, we clocked that it was something about brass.
City of Brass.
There we go.
And he grabs it and holds it up to Yansi Bin. Yansi Bin just gives a nod and kind of snaps his finger, and you are all, like with a flash of light, just instantly gone from the spot you were and in the middle of a huge bazaar. Gotta change up a couple things here. And shift you.
Just start dry heaving from the extreme heat.
Just
I am a personal AC.
Oh.
Just I'm one of those little fans that people just carry around at parties.
is it one of the like neck fans that's got
Yeah.
two on the side?
Yeah,
so cool.
that's the next time I cosplay, we're all just get one of those on to get her hair to go.
Yes.
Next time.
I'm gonna give you there. So there's that map, and I'm giving this one as a handout just so I can show both at the same time.
Dude,
Check this out.
Whoa.
Hello?
sick as shit.
Oh, this is so fucking
I'm
cool.
into it. Someone's on the
Yeah.
magic carpet over there. That's so cool.
Okay. Yeah, so you find yourselves basically right in the middle of a crowd of people. And I have a hard time describing this, so I'm going to do my best. There are like, you've been to Waterdeep. That would have been like the biggest of crowds of people that most of you have ever seen. This is inching toward that. It's busy, it's crowded, but it's not nearly as dense. Everyone around you is just gorgeous, is gonna be how I say it. Everyone around you is like in very ornate, decorative, and beautiful gowns, robes, clothing, what have you. And the entire street that you're on and everything you can see around you is just stuffed with merchants holding things up to sell, talking to people walking by, and the people like very obviously here to spend money. What's everybody's passive insight?
Like 20.
2015?
Clerics were
21.
like,
14.
19.
19?
Yeah.
No.
Um,
9.
9, okay. With a 14?
E.
Okay. Whirl, we'll say maybe you're a little taken aback by just like how fucking beautiful everything is. There's obsidian, copper, brass topped everything on the buildings. It's just pristine and gorgeous here. You have like something is different about this place other than just how good it looks. You're not really sure what. The clerics, you're
But I don't care because it's just so pretty.
yeah, pretty much. Clerics, you are going to have this brief moment where you notice that like what you would normally expect for like tiers of class, I'll say, does not exist. There are people selling things and there are people buying things, but there is not a lick of somebody low on money, somebody down on their luck. There, not a single of these merchants you can see looks like desperate, like they're overdoing it, overselling something or anything like that. It's just this very, everyone seems high class and calm sort of environment. And then all of you are also able to clock, just by looking around in the moment, that like, in a way, this would be the least out of place that you guys have looked anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
There, Iz and Gert are the most human-looking creatures within your eyesight. There's all manner of creatures, species all over the place. There's a few dragonborn. You can see other genasi. You can see other tieflings, and like everything in between. Any manner of creature and species you can think of, and then some, is among the people walking around and interacting in this whole environment. And then all of you also see, the last thing you see before I'm going to give you the floor is Jan Sieben isn't there. But wait a minute, he is. He has just changed form. He is olive skinned still, much more, I'm going to say elven looking in like his facial structure, but wearing this sort of red bronze mixed color robe that is covering most of his face, and that's not uncommon given some other people walking around. It doesn't really look like it sounds suspicious. It doesn't really look suspicious. It's just kind of keeping to himself.
This is quite the sight.
I trust you have coin to spend.
Well, thing about that is maybe, I don't know.
I'm just gonna look at the bag and then look at Brian and just be like, yeah.
Okay. Then Jan Sieben is going to say, in that case, I shall meet you here when you are ready to return. And he just turns and sort of walks one direction. I would like each of you to roll a D100, please.
Oh,
Oh,
Baba
jeez.
Booey.
On
No
it.
pressure.
Hello?
A 1.
Woo!
Oh, my
Oh
God.
yeah.
If that was
Big
a
numbers.
divine intervention, that would.
Wow, you
Damn.
rolled a 1.
Yeah, the fuck.
Those are some numbers.
90,
Holy
95.
crap, man.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of what this means at all.
How many points of fire damage do you suffer from standing in this?
Bye.
Okay. I need someone to write this number down, please.
On it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I didn't do that right. One
Uh-oh.
second.
Are we adding them?
Oh, then I feel wicked bad about my 1.
Okay, it's okay. We got 2 90s in there. We're over half. We're fine.
That's fair. Yeah, we're
Okay.
We averaged over half.
3,555,900.
Jesus.
That is how much gold is in the bag of holding.
Holy God.
Yo.
Is that before or after we spent like 50,000 gold on our own items?
That is after.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Gross.
I put that in campaign talk so we can visualize the number.
At the
Cool.
level.
All right.
We've been secret millionaires this whole time, guys.
We have not been secret millionaires. My dad has been a secret millionaire.
Your dad has been a secret
Yeah,
millionaire.
which
you go.
I clocked pretty quickly.
Okay. What you see before you is the most extravagant and expensive market you've ever seen. What would you like to do?
My God.
Hey guys, can we get Claudia some armor?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Other stupid idea. Do I get a tattoo?
Oh, that's fun.
Yo, I'd love to get a tattoo with you.
Buddy
Hell yeah.
tattoos.
That'd
Are
be
we
so
getting?
cool.
I will both get a buddy tattoo and also, in addition, still more tattoos. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a tattoo, but also, this armor's really heavy. Like, can we just look for some new armor for
Yes.
me? I just
For sure.
Yes.
This is kind of a pain in the ass, and
I
maybe
mean-
I don't know, maybe a shield or something. Like, it's just we got the money.
Yeah.
Let's just look into it.
Yes. Agreed.
For sure.
All right, let's go. Let's talk to some people.
Break.
Okay.
What about you, Cal? Do
We
you want a
should-
tattoo? Do you want to get matching tattoos with us, or do we just have to like hammer it into your scales, or do we like pop a scale off and carve it on? Like, how do tats work?
Sounds so
I don't know.
bad.
That's work.
I don't know the anatomy of Dragonborns. Also, would you get a tattoo with us if we all got tattoos? Friendship.
The scars of my battles are tattoo enough for me.
Ah, you're such a old man. I'm gonna make you my best friend one day.
You guys aren't already best friends. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's more like I'm going to force my friendship on him
Oh, okay.
in a way that he tolerates. Probably, I think, is where we're gonna get to in our later times. Okay, tats first, armor first. Where are we going, team?
I think getting Gert out of the armor would probably be best, just so
Yes.
that she's not like suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, where would we even find someone who makes armor for hippogriffs?
Oh, this. Look around. Everybody here makes armor for hippogriffs.
I'll like pull somebody off the side of the road that doesn't look like they're in a rush to be anywhere and be like, excuse me, we're relatively new here in town. Do you perhaps know of a place that could make armor for hippogriffs?
You're going to pull aside. Actually, roll a d8. Let's make this more fun.
Ooh.
Roll a d8.
D8. 3.
Nice.
Hey guys, we got a shopping episode.
Dragonborn. You pull aside a dragonborn,
Bababooey.
who's got like bright red scales and kind of a squished snout, but wearing robes, like jet black is the name I'm gonna say, robes, or the color I'm gonna say, robes. And he's just gonna sort of look at you and blink as you're talking to him, basically expressionless, and without saying a word is just gonna kind of look over his shoulder and point. And among the myriad of signs you see, I kid you not, I'm using a random shop name generator.
Hell yeah.
The
Oh,
Loving
yeah.
Frog Outfitter.
Yes.
Aw,
Yes.
so cool.
Kidding me? Start up a franchise with that.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Amazing.
I'll say thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
And then
Well,
we-
that was of no help. He apparently does not know that a hippogriff is a giant bird and not a reptile.
Well, you know, let's just take a look. Maybe they'll have something. Okay, come on,
maybe
buddy.
hippogriff and frog anatomy are surprisingly similar. Who knows?
Come on, buddy. Let's go.
All right, so you're
Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry.
You just punched.
Carla-
Oh.
bump one of the animals.
Carla got very excited.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh
Hi,
man.
baby. I know. I used your voice. I used the voice for you.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we're sort of carting around in this busy market with Claudius, right?
Claudius.
Going toward where you were pointed
Yes.
Yep.
to.
Yes.
Okay, so you see the Loving Frog outfitter with a couple of like actually very modest racks of I'll say creations out in front of a rather small looking tent actually. The racks outside are going to have maybe a dozen or so. They look like little arty crafty things at first, but then after getting closer and checking it out, you can see that there's like a series of vests and jackets and tiny little booties and other various pieces of clothing and even armor and other implements that are for very small creatures.
Excuse me. Hello.
Ah, yes. You will see a halfling person with a very large top hat sort of wobble out of the tent. Ah, yes, you are here for my clothes.
So someone guided us in your direction. And I've left Claudius outside because it felt like this shop was a little too small for him. So I've got my beautiful bird outside. And I need some armor for him. Is that something you could do for me?
Oh, it's not something I can do. It's something I have done. He's just going to sort of clap his hands, and you'll see like a post pop out of the ground with like a basic hook on it that he's like gesturing for you to tie Claudius's rein to.
Okay.
And
So-
and then also, please come in.
All right. Come in with Claudius. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, he just sort of wobbles back to this little tent, kind of like throwing the flap inward as he goes, and beckons for you to follow.
I follow.
Anyone else going with, or is it just Gert?
I think we're also gonna stand outside, but just like also looking at other shops and shit.
Okay.
Doing a general browse.
Yeah, I think Taryn would also do like a little survey of what else is in the area.
Okay, so Gert and Taryn, am I clocking that right?
I mean, we're all staying outside. I think Taryn was also staying outside, or was Taryn going inside?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
sorry, I
also staying
misunderstood.
outside, and I
Okay.
was like I was also looking around to see what else is going on.
Gotcha, I
Yeah.
misheard you. Okay, so just Gert then. Gert, you go inside, like open the flap of this little tent, and what you see ahead of you kind of makes you like do a double take for a moment. The space that you go into is 1,000 times larger than what it looks like from the outside.
The TARDIS.
Amazing.
You see again all manner of people walking around, kind of doing their browsing thing, and you see shit, what are those called? The like human shaped things that we use to put fabric on, and
A mannequin?
mannequin, thank
Yeah.
you.
Or a
Um,
dress form?
Yeah, just for him.
I was looking for mannequins.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You see all manner of mannequin that basically matches the variety of creatures you saw outside,
Oh,
and
yeah?
then some. All sorts of shapes and sizes, ranging all the way up to what you could assume is a giant, of mannequins with robes, clothing, armor of all kinds, just draped around them with like price tags dangling, and in all sorts of people are like walking around this place checking it out. This is literally, and in all ways you can think of, the biggest variety of stuff you've ever seen.
So give me 1 second. And I'm gonna pop my head out and I'm gonna say, seriously guys, if anybody else wants any sort of armor, you should come in here. It's pretty cool. And I pop my head back in. I come back in.
You're gonna see halfling guy just sort of waddling along, not even like checking to see if you're behind him, and he's like talking to himself. Yes, hippogriff, adult, male, yes. And sort of goes over to a section that you can see several different winged creature mannequins with, again, all manner of garb sort of draped on them, like ready to go.
Fantastic. You know, I was also looking for some stuff for myself. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm a little bit weighed down. I've heard of some armor in the past, some half-plate armor. I am very vulnerable and I need as much protection as I can get. So I've heard tell of some armor that can give me some extra help without so much weight. Do you have any of that around here?
Yes, adult, female, humanoid, good enough. Half plate, you say?
That's what I was looking for.
Yes, right over here. He's gonna point at like what is obviously the smallest section of this area, but still covers, from what you can surmise, the entire spectrum of types of armor that one could want in your sort of size and form.
And would these be the special ones that I found?
What you found over the table, or what you sent me, was half plate.
And it's the legendary one.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Great.
shit.
Yes. So yeah, the legendary half plate, which gives an extra bonus of +3
Yes.
on top of the armor.
Damn.
Roll for me another D100, please.
Okay.
Big money, no whammies.
Did I roll it?
You did. You guys need to stop rolling such low numbers when you're not doing
Divine intervention.
divine intervention.
Right. Are you sure? Because that might mean this is real cheap.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
We have 3 million gold to work with. I'm sure we're gonna be okay.
Funnily enough, this half plate costs 3 million gold.
I was gonna say, like, it doesn't matter how much money you have; it matters what the city's economy is. Like,
Right.
it is literally a brass city. So, like,
Can I
Just
just like
saying.
climb to the top of a building and like huck off a part of like the top of a tier or something and go and sell it? Just kidding.
I mean, you can try.
I'm good.
Yeah, but is brass like brick to them then? Like that would be like me like hucking a hunk of brick off of something and being like, okay, but like,
That's
and they're gonna be like, you stole that from a building.
So Gert,
Just take
you
a spider,
see,
shove it in the bag of holding. Sorry, go.
Gert, you see an armor that matches exactly what you're looking for. It has a price tag of 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
Yes, please. And we walk over to the hippogriff armor, and I will roll for hippogriff armor. Do I
Yeah.
need to roll another D100?
Yes.
Great. Boop.
I'm
That is a
keeping track
59.
of
Okay, cool.
the hippogriff armor also costs 2,000 gold.
Okay. On this, you'll see a price tag of 2,500 gold.
Oh.
Okay. Well, he does have legendary, so that makes sense. Okay. And the last thing that I was curious about was a shield. Do you sell shields here? Or is this just for armor that you have on your body?
Yes, this is only armor. You will want
Okay.
the royal anvil for shields.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Thank you so much for all of this. Can I take what I have off and sell it back to you? Would you like my armor?
When you say that, he's just gonna kind of look up at you with this sort of just like left and right, eye up and down, like waddle up to you and like just kind of start touching and tugging at different, not inappropriately, but like
Sure, yeah.
touching and tugging at different places on this armor, and he says,
Very good armor.
"I could work with it."
No.
What's the trade-in value on this armor?
Yeah.
1 gold.
I'd give you 100 for it.
Sure. I just don't have the weight on me anymore. Oh, thank God. So I take it off and I put the half shield, or you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so that would
Yeah.
take you a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So we'll pause there for Gert specifically. For the rest of you, let's just assume you took the bag with you since you went into a place that you were gonna buy stuff.
Sure.
The rest of you, what would you like to be doing during this time? Gert's gonna be about 20 minutes, if I recall this correctly. Yeah, it
I
takes a good
think-
10 minutes to take on and remove heavy armor.
Sure. I think World would start, like I said, I was browsing for other things, so like just poking out like where we all mentioned tattoos, where might a tattoo place be, either asking around or just looking, and then just see like just a general scan of what other stuff might be available, so that we know where we might go next. Also,
Okay.
maybe scrolls, spell scrolls was the other one on my list.
Okay. Let's see. You've got places that will. You've got the royal. What did I say? Royal anvil.
Mm-hmm.
That is more obviously like weapons and shields of
Right.
things you don't wear on your body for combat. Kind of is what I'm gonna simply say it as. There are other places that also do like clothing, maybe some jewelry. There is one spot would stand out to you a little bit as just kind of like this large carpet that's like in a plot that matches the size of like the tents that are lining this street, but it's just like in the open on this big really ornate carpet, and it's got the carpet itself has got like these cool shapes and like circles all over the place, designs of what you can see are like gears and cogs, and just one person sitting cross-legged sort of in the back of the tent, with another rug, so kind of like on top of the existing one, that's got more of a matching design, but it's clearly its own thing, and just like a small table with some incense burning, and he's got like a few precious gems or precious stones. It's kind of laid out on this table, and is just sort of legs crossed, arms together, looking down at an open book. And the rest of the shop is more staffs, books, rolled up scrolls, rolled up pieces of parchment, and like ink and quills. Then there will be a second. Last thing I'll say about that one. That one does not have any sort of like sign to indicate like a shop name or anything.
Oh, we're hella going there.
The other one that stands out to you based on things you said you wanted would be the Wet Brush Tattoo Parlor.
Yes.
Wet, bro. It's just like body paint. It's not even. It's not like the invasive way you
Going
do
to a
it.
rave tonight? One-stop shop.
It's henna tattoos. They stay on for a while and just fade away. Cool. I have those in my brain. I have locked them in my brain, and I'll wait until everybody is ready to go next to where we go.
Okay. Anything else outside?
I think is like she's reduced herself to like a corner somewhere in the shadows and is just like watching this menagerie of all these different people walk by, and she's just like studying them to the best of her ability, and will suddenly like change into a dragonborn and then change into a Gadaxian and change into a tiefling. Just like like this is a candy store for her. So she's
Nice.
just having a ball trying to figure out like mechanically how to change into all these massively different forms. Just having fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Taryn probably would have went with Whirl to find like a good tattoo spot, and then after that, he probably would have went and just kind of looked for like some sort of religious temple to like kind of get a sense of like if there is worship here or if there's like if it's more of a secular place of living, and then if there were like religious monuments, he probably would have like went inside like a temple or something and started like doing small amounts of research just in the meantime.
I don't know, I bet that incense guy might know some stuff.
I was thinking about that, but since you said you wanted to go there, I was gonna wait on him until we kind of
Fair.
went there as a group.
Holy cow. I need 1 second to look at this.
Get 3 seconds.
If this advertisement crap is out of control. Okay. Actual website I was looking for. Make a religion check for me.
All right. +6. God damn, how'd I get that? 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, off in the distance you see an occasional statue. So like among the buildings that are scattered throughout your purview, you're going to see the occasional statue. No real temples, as far as you can tell, but these statues, at least one is very familiar to you. It is a depiction of Imix, who you came literally face to face with, so you would immediately recognize that. And there will be within your eyesight, maybe 2 others. You'd vaguely recognize them. Might not be able to get like what were their names, what are they for as far as like religious representation goes, but they would kind of ring bells to you as far as a general topic of like history of creation.
Okay. And then since those would be like further out into the city, I probably wouldn't necessarily go around there just since we only have like 20 minutes before Gert's finished. So I'd probably just clock those and make a mental note of those before like returning back to probably Whirl.
Okay. We'll say maybe about this time is when Gert is coming back out. And she's like wearing this really nice new armor, and clearly looks a lot less
Bogged down.
I'll say encumbered. Yeah. Even though mechanically that's not what was happening, but she looks a lot less bogged down, encumbered, and is actually like pulling or like struggling to carry along with her this like mass of almost like ringmail mesh kind of looking clump, and wobbles out to you guys. And I think that's a good point for us to take our first break.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, we're in. We're back.
Me when I forget to put lifts in my shoes.
Excellent. All right, we're in the city of Brass. We're doing some shopping. Gert is now coming out of this shop that she went into, wearing some new armor and carrying this like blob of what you can assume is plate, and walking up to Claudius. So what's happening?
Okay, buddy, here we go. See, hey guys, can you help me put Claudius's armor on him?
Of course, yeah, for sure.
We're gonna start putting armor on Claudius. Chick, 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 chick. So I guess my question to you is, what does this do for Claudius? And
Okay.
I guess what does this do for me?
I don't. Did you have an idea of what it does for you? I didn't catch anything from your notes.
So, the armor for me does whatever regular half plate armor does +3.
Yes.
So I do know that, but I don't know what armor. Like, I don't even know how to add armor to Claudius, or like what we would do to like beef up his AC.
Got it.
'Cause
Okay.
he's at an 11 right now, and I would love for that not to be a thing.
Yup. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to it's going to give him +3
Okay,
to his AC.
great.
Since you're looking at a monster stat block, I think what we'll probably have to do is just
Remember it.
remember it. Yeah. If you
Okay.
could just keep like because you have a note of his max HP, right?
Yes, and I can change the HP.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see if I can change his AC. No, that is not something I can change.
You can go into customize, and then there is an armor class option right there.
Oh, look at that.
Hell yeah.
So we're doing +3. Great. So now he's got a 14 armor class. Look at him go.
It's not fast world over class. No, it's just, I have a very low armor class.
Okay, I'm very confused. Is being plugged in what's causing robot mode for Andrea? That's so backwards.
I don't know. Is it doing it still?
It's doing it again now.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
That's so weird. Usually it's the other way around. Like when you're not getting enough
Yeah.
power is when things get funky. Oh well. Maybe just unplug for a moment when you're about to start talking and then keep it plugged in when you're not talking.
Not doing that. I'll just keep things down until I absolutely have to roll.
Sounds fine now.
And you're fine now.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
because everything else is down. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that is done and dusted. We've got Gert and Claudius in new armor. What's next?
Alright. Tattoos, guys? Wanna go get
Tattoos.
tattoos? We found a spot
Yeah.
over here.
Do we go to the wet brush place or do we check out that carpet guy?
We could check out the carpet guy first, since he's closer.
We're gonna go to the tent with the big carpet and the little carpet and the guy and the incense and the jewels and the other stuff.
Okay. So you arrive at this open carpet shop with everything spread around as I've described already. So what are you gonna do?
First, I think World's gonna start. If anyone else wants to talk to him first, she wants to go through scrolls and things because I think I know we have a bunch of spell scrolls that none of us have ever used, but I wonder if maybe there are more things we could get. So I'm just gonna like start looking through stuff and see if there's anything that piques her interest, specifically to spells that I have mentioned to our DM in the past.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay.
Find my list.
Yeah, you go up to the little area to this person's left on your right. That's like a there's not even a table. It's just kind of like this neat stack of rolled up pieces of paper, and you can actually see it's like bookended with pieces of wood, and then when you get closer, you can see they're actually like little shelves. It's just like 2 slabs of wood with like 2 pegs going across each at multiple levels. And there's an inscription on both pieces of wood going from top to bottom, the numbers 1 through 9 in Roman numerals.
Ooh.
And you've seen this kind of arrangement before, so you would understand this to be spell levels.
Sure.
Yeah, you start sifting through. First one you are looking for is probably hold person, right?
Yeah, I think that one's lower.
Yeah.
It's a 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I would look for that one first.
Okay. Yeah, you do find that. As she's sifting through these, what's anybody else doing? We're just kind of there watching or doing anything?
Karen would probably approach the guy sitting down on his carpet. I would also like sit down opposite from him, so I'm like on his level, not like standing up looking down at him, and say, "Hello, we are relatively new in town, and we are quite interested in what you have set up here. What I guess it's what do you have going on over here?"
Okay, so when you sit, you're gonna get sort of a better view of this guy. He's still looking down. He's still got the robe sort of covering, but you can actually see probably the lower half of his face, from like a clean and sharp nose down to like a really clean jaw with chiseled jaw is what I was going for, not clean, and like a really very well cared for goatee. You can tell that this is actually a human man. Human man. Human man. He just sort of like pauses his reading and like half looks up at you and says, "Well, for you, I have various implements of obtaining, channeling, and utilizing magic. I see that one of your companions is already elbow deep in what she's interested in."
Yes, we're sort of in a rush. We're just trying to get as much as we can in a short amount of time. Please forgive us if we come across rude. We mean no offense by anything that we do.
Oh, I assure you, you do not come across as rude, and I'm well aware that you mean no ill will. I have a question for you, though. And he's gonna go down to a whisper to you, Taryn.
Oh, lean in.
What was it like fighting in the dreamscape? And when he says that, you're gonna have this like flash in your head of like the moment that you were falling from the sky, having been swatted down by the dragon.
And is this the moment from when I had the dream and not when I went back into the dream?
This was, if I recall correctly, the first instance of the dream where you died fighting the dragon, right?
Okay. Yep. Cool. I would whisper back, "Thank you for finally putting a name to it." It's very exhausting. Waking up and feeling everything that kind of happened but didn't. Have you experienced it yourself?
Only once, but I do intend to return.
You know, I am going to assume that you are someone with no intentions of harming the plains as a whole. So I'm trusting you very much with this information.
Well.
Way,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, a way that I have been able to revisit a similar place is through trying to commune with yourself while you were falling asleep.
Assistance of a cleric, then, and he's just gonna like, he's had his hands basically like this with like the robes completely covering, so you couldn't see anything. He like pulls his hands apart, and to his left hand goes this book, and it just starts flying through the pages until it's like almost at the end, and you see blank pages, like the first fully blank page is where it stops. At the same time, in his right hand is going to appear this like really like 2 foot long, very tightly capped feather, almost like imagine if like a hippogriff feather was like gelled, like hair gelled. It's
Gotcha.
basically like that. And he starts just writing, and you can see this like golden dust sort of like flying off of the tip of this feather as he's writing furiously for like basically a third of a page. And the dust is like doesn't fall randomly. It like actually flows into the words in ink as it falls. And then he just sort of gives a flick of his right wrist, the quill disappears, and the pages fly back to right in the middle of the book, which is basically where he was when you first got here. He's gonna put his hands back together inside the sleeves of his robe, and the book sort of settles down back in his lap. This is very useful information.
I'm glad I could be of assistance. So you mentioned other ways of channeling magic. Is there anything other than the scrolls you have over here? Like, are these gemstones perhaps like foci of any sort?
I see you are very knowledgeable in the arcane arts. Yes, and these are merely display. I can procure anything that you may need, as long as you can name it, both in material and in item.
Interesting.
Is Gert and Cal, you see that Taryn is sitting now having a sort of hushed conversation with this guy. Whirl is kind of like digging in the spell scrolls over here. Is there anything you guys are doing?
So, okay, this is the spell scroll, spell components, and would potions be here too?
Yes, actually.
Great. I would like some potions, please.
So Taryn, your conversation is kind of interrupted by Gert just sort of howdly doodly.
For sure.
And he's just gonna sort of half look up, and now any of you who are actually looking can see this, like the sharp nose, the jawline, and this like really clean goatee. And he looks up toward Gert and says, "Well, of course." Snaps his finger, and a little like
Nice.
pillow sort of floats up toward you, with like, and then you hear this like a bunch of like empty vials just sort of appear and start clanging against each other on this pillow, like right in front of you. And he says, "You need only name it."
Great. So, How much would a potion of invulnerability cost us?
Let me check. Pulls out iPad and scrolls.
Loading.
I think I know who this guy is, but I don't want to. I don't want to goof up and just be confused.
Roll a D100. For you, 550.
$5.50. That's great. Love that price.
550 gold.
Okay. So, folks, how many of these guys do we want to purchase?
What does a potion of invulnerability do?
It gives you resistance to all damage for a minute.
That's baller.
That's pretty
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking for it.
At the moment, you see like one of the vials that's closest to you just kind of like fill up with this syrupy, like blackish gray liquid, pretty much to the brim, and then like as you hear a pop, like imagine the sound that like a liquor bottle makes when you pop the cork off of it, or a wine bottle, as a stopper just kind of appears with a little smoky poof to close it off.
That's cool.
Just from the back, I'll be like, I don't know, 3 as I'm like flipping through things.
Yeah, 3 sounds good, probably.
Oh. Okay. I was thinking 10, but you know, that's just me. We don't know how long we're gonna be in hell, folks.
Fair, but that also means that we would all remember that we had potions of invulnerability, and also, in addition to that, finding a attempt to use them, which I feel like it's going to be a harder amount of time, which is why I only said 3.
Right.
Like, who's going to remember they have them?
I'll just throw a reminder on the table as well. Self-administering a potion is a bonus action. Giving it to someone else is an action.
Okay.
Or administering to someone else is an action.
Force feeding someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if we got 10, then each of us would have 2.
Right. I'm just worried about, either over or underutilizing them,
Why don't we get 5 so everyone has 1? But really, 4 of us have 1, and then also we have an
It's not
extra because
necessarily
Cal
that.
will
We're
never
gonna do
use
5.
his.
Yeah.
All right. We will take 5, good sir.
He's gonna pull his hands out of his robes again and just sort of hold out a hand, and out of his hand as he rolls it out is going to appear this like tiny little pouch that opens itself up and sort of floats toward you.
I take the pouch.
This is for putting the money in, is what you would gather. Sorry.
Thank you. There's a run through of an empty pouch.
Yoink.
Put the money in the pouch.
Okay. As you're like grabbing handfuls of money to sort of put in, you count it out and put it in. It actually expands as you get close with the money, so it can clearly. You don't have to like put the coins in one at a time. It's able to take like larger amounts at a time. It's a small bag of holding, essentially.
Perfect.
It's the bag that lets you negate all money weight, so you don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
Right. And then I do believe we will end up buying a couple scrolls as well.
Very well. And he just sort of looks at Whirl. I'm going to say you've found both of them by now.
Before I for sure buy both of them, would Whirl know that, like, she knows that the spells exist and she knows that, like, she as a bard can use them, but would she then additionally know whether or not Hold Monster would work on a dragon? Like,
Ooh.
is dragon included in the creature that is required for monster? Because I don't want to pay for it and then have it totally fuck us because, whoops, dragon's not a creature, or a dragon doesn't count as a monster, or a dragon is its own sect of thing that can't get held.
Okay. Based on what you've seen and personally experienced from the dragon in question, the spell has no effect on undead would be the biggest of red flags.
Oh, fuck. Okay. And then I guess my next brain thought would be, how many other things
So if we resurrect him, so he's not undead anymore.
That's the easiest way. But are there other things then that we've recently fought that are? How much of the other stuff we've fought recently is also considered undead? Like, how many other things will this fuck us and not work on?
That's a difficult question for me to answer.
Fair,
You've fought a lot of undead thing. Okay. Over the table, context.
Yeah.
You know you're dealing with a bunch of liches.
Sure. Oh, okay.
And associated bad guys. So, yeah, safe to assume this is probably not going to be very helpful to you.
Sure. Then now I need to go back and look at Hold Person, because if Hold Person equally can't work on undead, will that work on ideally?
It can only work on humanoids, and those are different from undead.
Right,
So,
but I'm talking Bigby and Elminster, who are humanoids, but are they undead?
They would count. And
Okay,
this
cool.
one does not have the stipulation that it's not affecting undead.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Then my Baldur's Gate playthrough is fucking me right now.
I'm rethinking my purchases. Does anyone else have anything to ask this guy while I brain for like 10 seconds on a different spell?
Is this where we get diamonds and sunstones too?
Probably, yeah.
Cool. How many diamonds would you like me to get, folks? Currently, I have 2 diamonds at 600 and 1 diamond at 500. The 1 diamond I use to crush up and save for the crushed diamond things, and the 2 diamonds are for saving lives, or bringing back from the dead. Are we happy with that? Do we want more diamonds?
I'd say 1 more diamond to crush, so that we have 4 crushed diamonds. I think that feels good, and then maybe 1 more big one in case we like super have to crush it again.
Well, I have a 500 diamond, so that would be 5 crushed
Right.
diamonds.
Okay. Then do we want 2 300 diamonds, which are the insurance policy diamond? Or do you have another big diamond that can be insurance policy diamond?
I have 2 600 diamonds.
Okay. That feels like more than I remember us having, but I'll take it.
That's a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of.
Yeah, I think we're fine on diamonds then, because that means we have 1 chart. Because we have 1 that's powder, we have 5, and then we have 2 6s. So total, that's $1,800 in diamonds.
So the one thing that I'm thinking of that we might want to get in regards to diamonds would be a 5,000 one, because I have the option of using the gate spell, which just lets me open portals and pull things through. And that can just be used indefinitely. It doesn't use the diamond. I'm just trying to think of things like people or things that we might want to pull through. Like maybe the Templar, if he gets separated from us.
Sure. The other thing that I could use is a sunstone for my sunburst spell.
I also have Sunburst ready to go.
So I need a piece of sunstone, please.
Would we please make that 2 pieces of...
Okay, and a value is not listed, which means it won't get consumed.
Not
So you can go with 1. Okay.
Great.
Okay. Undead and oozes have disadvantage. I remember that. That's wild.
Okay. Whirl has changed her strategy of looking for spells. She's gonna go for a hold person and a dominate person.
Oh, okay.
Dominate person is also a 5th level, and is also a bardable spell.
Okay. So as you guys are having this discussion about the pieces of sunstone, the man is going to kind of gaze around at several people sifting around in things and discussing about what you need, and he'll say, given the large sum that you will be spending today, I will include the pieces of sunstone for free. And you'll see these 2 rectangular orange, like burnt orange gems kind of clang on the table in front of him and just sort of float over to each of the clerics.
Thank you. That's very,
Thanks so
very
much.
appreciated.
Whirl, please roll 2 D100s.
What? All right, fine. I'll roll them individually. I get a 1 and a 73. I don't know what that first one did. There we go. 73 and a 25.
Whoops. These will be 1,000 total.
All right.
And the little bag floats toward you.
I'll pop my 1,000 gold in there.
While this is happening, you're gonna see another robed person just sort of approach from behind and just give a wave at the merchant and point at some of the gems on the table, and the merchant will just sort of give a nod and a hand wave, and 3 gems will just sort of float over to him, and simultaneously you'll see the other guy wave his hand, and a stream of coins is going to fly over and just get sucked into this little bag as well. And it just gives this sort of motion with his hand and walks away. Taryn, your passive perception is stupid, right?
20, yeah.
Okay. While this is happening, the merchant will just sort of hold out a hand outstretched toward wherever Cal is. It sounds like you're not really here, right? Are you just kind of hanging out?
Just hanging, yeah.
Okay. Honorable Dragonborn, please, I request insight.
I thought I told you I only have a 9. That's not very good.
No, he's saying in character to Cal.
I
character.
know. I'm kidding. I'll approach.
Joke
and-
over my head. I'm
yeah,
bad at
I'll
jokes.
approach and hear them out.
Whirl, Taryn, and Cal will be the only ones to hear this because he kind of does it in a whisper again, but the three of you are like right here. He's just gonna sort of lean in, still sitting, Cal, and like only half look up at you, and then shift his gaze toward the person who is now walking away and say, I wonder, how did that sword feel on your scales?
What sword? I have carried many weapons in my day.
He points at the man who's now walking away.
I will look at the man who's walking away.
Same.
Okay. You see outside of the robes that are covering them very well, you see at least the hilt and pommel of a sword that I'll need you each to make a perception check, please. Anybody who's looking at it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, nat 1.
I'm adding a d4.
Okay.
19.
16.
Okay, Cal and Taryn, what you can see kind of vaguely looks familiar, which is odd to you because in a lot of cases, a sword is a sword unless it's like very specific, highly unique, very special, or like unique to a person kind of situation. Whirl and Gert, you would swear that you have seen an enemy wield this sword against you all.
Do we remember when we would have seen it? Well, wielded against us? Welt against us?
With a 19 and 16, no. But it's absolutely familiar.
Oh, fuck.
What did he just buy?
Some gems to enhance his sword's abilities, of course. And you'll actually see, like, as the man's walking away, he's like pressing some gems into the pommel of this sword.
Is he wearing like a cloak or something?
Yes.
How long is it?
It's hooded and from head to toe.
Oral's gonna like try and step on the bottom of this cloak to see if we either can yank him or make the cloak come off.
It's not that long. It's you can see his shoes as he's walking,
Sure.
but it's not long enough to be like trailing.
I can't do anything else fast enough. I'm gonna spill a couple of coins and go, oh, sir, I think you dropped something.
Make a performance check.
You realize you're asking to do that, right?
Yep.
Could
Alright.
I with my passive insight, I'll say both with my passive insight and with, I'm not looking at the number right now, and knowing Whirl, would I be able to clock that this is something that she's trying, like that she's making up to try and get this guy to do something?
We can use your passive for that. Yeah, you
Okay.
absolutely know that's what's happening.
Then in that case, I'd like to give a guidance as well.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna be high enough, I don't know.
Oh shit. Okay, well.
36.
Okay. This person is only going to they're keeping on walking. And
Sure.
you see them just kind of like look over their shoulder and just mumble, "My apologies." And they
That
just
voice that
keep
all
walking.
sound familiar?
Yes.
Why?
Perception check.
I'm still concentrating on guidance, so you still got that.
Okay. So, but I've already used it once.
It lasts for a minute.
All right. Then I will also throw. I'm gonna throw 2d4 on this because I'm gonna use one of Worrell's and also the guidance. Big money, no whammies. Fuck. Still 16. God damn it.
In a lot of cases, 16 is better than you think. Uh,
I don't think it is.
you would definitely recognize this, like piecing it together with what little the sword you can see and how recognizable it is. You'd recognize this as Elminster.
Motherfucker.
And in that moment, you will hear a voice in your head whirl that matches the merchant, and he says, "I can assure you that this one is of no threat to you."
Can I insight check that?
Absolutely.
Not that I don't believe that, but I don't believe that. Natural 20.
Yo! Hell yeah.
Yeah. You're oddly enough, despite everything you've experienced, you're getting the vibe that he's telling the truth.
I'm gonna rack in my brain and go, fine. Trying to see if there's anything stupid I can do that won't actually hurt him, but will like be a prank, and I can't think of anything. Oh well. I'll just let him. Whirl will let him go by, but she's not happy about it.
This is so cool.
I appreciate that.
I'm freaking out.
What else then?
We're under the impression this guy doesn't do the tattoos, that all the tattoos are at the tattoo place.
Correct.
Cool. Tattoos. Maybe.
Go for a tattoo.
Yeah, I'll catch up. I got one more thing I want to.
Before, as you're starting to turn around, the merchant is gonna sort of hold up a hand and do this, like, not intending to be rude, but like beckoning toward Iz. A word.
Like still distracted, like pretending to be other people. So she walks in looking like a lizard person. Like, what?
Please, I request some insight.
At what price?
None whatsoever.
I'm suspicious, but go ahead.
How is it that you convinced an angel to give you your abilities?
That wasn't my decision. That was his.
Hmm.
I didn't convince him at all.
But it was at your request, was it not?
I asked for something different. He convinced me I needed something else.
Curious. And he's gonna do the same thing he did with Taryn before. Like the book whips out and whips up and flips to like the last page where it's only got about third filled up. Quill with the magical dust and viciously writing down for basically the remainder of the page. And then all of you, like some of you are like right here, some of you are basically on your way out, heading the other direction, and everything around all of you except the five of you and him freezes. All sound stops, and all color basically goes to grayscale. And you'll see him like fully look up to the point that his hood kind of like just slips off, and you see this bald-headed human man with, like I said, the full, really clean goatee and bright green eyes that just like pierce at all of you. And he just gives you this curious look and says, "The planes exist in a precarious state. Seemingly small events could echo across the worlds and tip balances. My task is to keep a finger on each end of the scales, ensuring that it never sways too violently. Please come back should you need anything else before the end of your journey." And then everything like goes back to normal, like the pause button is unpaused, and The man is just back in his sort of reading position, and you are free to do what you like.
I know who he is now.
I know who he is. Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but has he given us a means to get back to him? Or would any of us know that?
I mean, we could probably call him, and he would let us.
He didn't give you anything directly, if that's what
Sure.
you mean.
Yeah. All right. Because I don't know who he is.
Sam's giving me a look.
Yeah.
Well,
He's some dude in the lore that we don't know about yet.
well, did any of you ask him how he knew this information about you?
I haven't.
No, I
Okay.
feel like
Did any of you ask? Because he didn't ask me shit.
he didn't ask me shit
Nope.
either. He just talked in my brain, but I also like I feel like it's
He didn't ask me shit. He
It's
just
not-
said, "Thank you for buying my potions." And I said, "You are very welcome. Here's your money." And so I gave him my money and then I walked away. He didn't ask me shit. Now,
you know we're already suspending our disbelief to a degree. This guy probably just fucking knows shit.
no, but he knew. He knows a lot. And he ain't never met us.
Do you want to ask why he knows all the things?
But here's the thing. This is Sam outside. This is outside Sam talking over the table. I didn't hear any of these conversations. Gert was just being Gert and just
Until that
doing
last
her
part.
thing.
All 5 of you heard that last and experienced that last part.
Mhm.
Oh,
You are right now welcome to ask him who the fuck he is.
copy that. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. What? Who are you, and why do you know about us?
I just
What's
said
happening?
how or why I know about you. I serve a purpose in the cosmos.
Might that purpose have a name?
If you can keep a friendly secret,
The look. Just.
Yes? Did you need a yes? Yes, we could keep a friendly secret.
I love World patronizing everybody. It's so good.
he's gonna extend a hand toward you, Gert, as if to offer to shake your hand.
I extend back.
You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Inflict wounds in 9th level. Get ready for it.
con save.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Ooh.
hard fail. Each of you feels like almost like this needle prick in like your temple, as a magical effect is now imprinted on you. You would understand this to be you are sworn to secrecy for the information you are about to receive between the 5 of you. And he says to you telepathically, you can see that his mouth doesn't move. He says to you telepathically, "You may call me Mordenkainen."
Yeah.
Oh!
As soon as
Dude,
when he
this
was
book,
writing
baby.
when he was writing the book, I was like, "That's fucking Mordenkainen." He's chilling.
Hey, bud, I got your book.
I know not of what you speak, and you'll see him like actually fully look up at you and give a hefty
Oh, yeah.
wink.
Yeah.
Oofda. All right. It's all right. Just- I hate this.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on. Gert, check the back of the book. See if what we said and then he wrote down is in it. See if how this works, or that's just a different draft.
I mean, someone else was writing in our book. Bigby wrote our book. Yeah.
Right.
You understand
have-
that Bigby penned most of it, but at the direct instruction of Mordenkainen, and Mordenkainen did finish it himself.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. You seem pretty chill. You're still kind of creepy though. I appreciate you, but woof.
He's just gonna kind of smirk toward you at this statement.
I'm still processing all of this.
It's so cool.
You've had a day.
I've had a day.
Gert,
Alright.
if you did look, yes, what he just said to you all in the freeze frame is written in the back of the book.
Bananas.
And that's new.
Or
That's been there.
It's been there. It just wasn't one of the like highlighted sections that you had used for information.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one of a series of quotables from Mordenkainen himself that's in the book.
Okay.
Mm. So if we do need to come back to you, maybe just like, I guess we shouldn't call your name because, you know, it's the whole sworn to secrecy thing. But like, if we do need anything, what's the best way to get back here to you?
That would depend on the time and place, and for now, I could not say for sure.
Makes sense. Cool.
Hey. Can I add you to my phone tree? Can I add you to my commune list?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Loading.
Does being a planeswalker qualify you for divinity?
I mean, of the people that would do it though, Gert's the one that spent all that time with that book.
True. Oh yeah, because it's attuned to you. So like,
Maybe if you write shit in the book, he can read it.
or you could like use it as a phone, just like hold it up to your face and talk to it.
That'll work.
Ooh, okay, he will respond. In the broad spectrum of how the worlds work, I would be honored if you could.
Oh.
I could not say for sure if you can or not.
All right.
Try writing in the book and see if he can see us somehow. Like draw a smiley face with like a dick or something.
That's
I don't know what she doodles in her books.
that's actually
Maybe
a
just two
very
wings.
interesting prospect. And so Gert's gonna take out a pen. And she's gonna write hello friend at the end of the book. And she's gonna say, now look at yours.
For what?
Take a look and see if there's something that you haven't written.
Over the table, as soon as you said take a look, my mind immediately went to it's in a book.
It's in a book.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
It's Mordenkainen. Spooky Ride
Excellent. He's just gonna give you another smirk and say, wonderful is the curious mind, but no, this does not work the way you think it does.
All right. Well, it was worth a try. Well,
But you'll know, right? If we need you.
I believe I should.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty par for what we've been going through.
Our reactions to people with they were more powerful than us.
Yeah.
We'll just like, no. Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks for that.
Like 2 months ago, we were dealing with a guy in a cave with his zombie minions. Now we're, I don't know.
Right.
Now we're trapped. Now like every person we talk to can disintegrate us with a thought. So we're chilling, I suppose.
But generally, people like us. So, you know, I think we're on top.
Generally, people like us.
We're polarizing. I found either people seem to trust us with their lives, or they try to take ours immediately.
Yeah. RT boys, generally, people like us.
People like us.
Except the ones that don't.
The story of my life. All right.
So, tats? We tatting?
Let's go get some tattoos.
Tats.
All right.
Tats.
That is going to put us at our second break for the day.
Great.
We will be right back. We are back. Still in the City of Brass after a fun cameo. Okay, where are we off to next?
Tattoos.
Tattoos.
Tattoos. The what is it? The wet brush tattoo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. The wet brush tattoo parlor is run, it seems, by a handful of goblins. One of them has like this sort of monocle thing, is already working on someone's arm. Another is like hopping back and forth between different platforms that they're using as sort of like stepping areas to go like all across somebody's back, and so like all around them on the table that they're on. And then there's another just kind of like sitting, like lounging in a chair, with another pair behind them, just like kind of looking around, watching people.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Great. We've never been to the city before, so we figured we would get some commemorative tattoos to, because we're like a band of people that travels together and does punch fights, and stuff. And also, maybe do you have tattoos that like do cool shit to you?
Yeah, commemorative stuff you're gonna have to go down the street for, but do shit to you interests me, and I think yes in many ways. What do you mean?
So not that we're like saving the world or anything, but we're kind of saving the world right now. And there's a spooky guy who is undead who keeps trying to like pew pew at us, and what I would love is if there was a way that I could get one, a cool piece of art around my like person, that one looks good, and two might like protect me from like necrotic stuff.
Okay, yeah, we can cut with the dramatics, lady, but yeah, I can do that for you.
I appreciate that you think that I can cut with the dramatics. This is kind of just like my whole bag.
All right, fair enough, but as long as you pay up for it.
Yeah. How much is it?
It depends on exactly what you're trying to get.
I mean, do I have to use the word life well tattoo? Because life well tattoo would be great.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Two,
can do
please.
that.
That was the exact one I was looking at.
Great. It
Oh,
seems
boy.
great. So.
Oh boy, we
All
got
right.
the friend type. Say Frankie. Another goblin is gonna walk up, kind of like pushing another table right up next to the table that's already here next to this guy, and kind of clap his hands. You'll hear this like wood clattering as you see like 4 step stools,
yeah.
two on the outside of each of these tables, like pops up, and the 2 of them are just gonna climb up on one of these step stools, each with this like heavy, it's like a feather, but it looks like it's like wreathed in metal and got like these metallic, almost mechanical implements around it. It looks kind of heavy. Just kind of like plop into their hands out of thin air, and they just both sort of like gesture at these tables.
Okay. I'll lay down on one, shimmy the dress down. I think like a back, upper chest situation is what I'm looking for, because that's a very oral place to put a tattoo. Even though it's gonna be like spooky and inky black, which is not her vibe, but like we'll do it for now.
Okay. Oh, you're looking to do that much, huh?
I mean, I feel like it feels like it's required for like as much as I'm asking the tattoo to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, I got you. You
Yeah.
same for her? Looking at Gert.
I mean, I was thinking more of a sleeve, but
Hell yeah.
That's cool, so.
you know,
No, we can do whatever you need. You just need the coin and the time, and we're fine.
how much time?
How much coin? I mean, we were fine on that coin.
It's gonna be 75,000 each for the you know, the best we can do in about 8 hours.
Oh. I mean, you did give us 3 million gold, and Andrea, knew that they were like maniacally hella expensive, and we also, I feel like we've gotten away with everything else pretty cheaply.
This is the last thing that that Gert wanted. So
There is, Sam, just to make sure I clocked this correctly, there is one more on the list you gave me. I don't know if you just decided to go against it.
I am going against it because I don't think I need the shield with this, and I can't attune to the shield with.
Okay.
Yeah, I would rather have this than
the shield.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I say we do it. I think Whirl is a fan of asking for forgiveness rather than permission, so I think Whirl's gonna do it.
Yeah. Also, I was also gonna get a pretty big piece once you guys were done with yours.
Fuck yeah. Well, maybe should we do them all at the same time? So we're not taking 16
go
hours.
for
We're
it.
taking 8.
Let's go for it. You got
What'd
another. You got another man who
Or
we
like-
could.
Yeah.
Or like,
Hey, Jimmy.
If you've got another guy.
He just yells, "Hey, Jimmy!" And like a shorter, stouter goblin just sort of like wobbles out. He's got to hold his elbows up so his hands don't drag on the ground as he's walking. And just like shimmies over another table and
Feel like a Dorito, one of those guys.
Yeah, pretty much. And like physically dragging a step stool instead of like conjuring one like the other one did. Hey, right
Oh
here.
my god, is it the bastard pack or anything?
All right.
Hello.
Come on, Iz.
Back piece.
This one at you, Taryn, is gonna say, "Yeah, what do you need?"
So I've got a pretty big thing in mind. So the piece itself, functionally, wanted to be able to store, kind of just like all of the vitriol and hate that I can turn into magic through like my hellish rebuke that I get through my the bloodline that I've been.
Hey,
Oh,
check
so
it out.
blessed
We
with.
got an angry one.
I mean, you're not wrong. I've been doing better, but some of it, can't get rid of all of it. So I've been wanting to, be able to channel that more reliably throughout a day instead of just kind of all at once, And as for the piece, I was wondering if you could do just a on the front, if you could do a depiction of Tyr surrounded by like radiant light, and then on my back, if you could do Asmodeus surrounded by hellfire, and then the radiant light and the flames come around and start to clash on my ribs.
Check out this twisted mind. I might give you a discount just for that description. All right. Chest first. Lay down.
All right.
How much is
I'll lay
his
down
gonna
on my
be?
back.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be 50,000.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
Okay.
good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. I will need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, for pain
Alright.
tolerance.
Just dropped $200,000 on
God.
tattoos, team.
Ouch.
Damn.
Gert's being a little wimp today.
All right,
We're all
Gert and
fucking holding it down.
Gert and Taryn, you're both just like the needles like first start to hit you, and you're in like you've experienced some serious pain before, but this is like coming at you as a surprise, and both of your goblins are at some point like, dude, I can't do this unless you calm down and stop wiggling.
That's why my thaumaturgy just consistently going off the entire.
And World, for you, it's like What are you guys talking about? This is like a day at
Yeah.
the spa.
Yeah, like guys, like fucking get it together.
Yup.
I mean, realistically though, like if you think about where the tattoos are placed, I hear that ribs suck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As a person with no tattoos, so like you did pick an unfortunate place.
Oh, 100%. This makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kurt, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, no, I'm just being a wimp.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so this, you guys, all of you know, as you've been told, this is going to be basically like a 6-hour operation for Taryn and 8 for the other two. So Cal. Is there anything that you would want to do during this time? It's basically going to burn the rest of your day.
Hey, do either of you guys want to just like jewelry shop for me? Like, if you find anything that does anything stupid, I'd love it.
Just anything that like makes funny like fizzy sounds out of nowhere.
Yeah, or like if I like throw a thing and it explodes, totally down for that. Or like,
like a fart machine. That'll be funny.
or like a fart machine. Yeah. Wanda smiles. I would use a Wanda smiles maniacally just because I think it's funny. Or I guess anything that you guys were looking for. I don't know what you guys were looking for.
For sure. Cal, you got anything on your shopping list, bud?
No, but I suppose we can assist others with their endeavors while we wait.
Yeah, we can go look for stuff. I did have like one little thing that I wanted to find, but it's not really a big deal. We can do it whenever.
We've got 8 hours to kill. You guys have 8 hours to kill while we get this finished. So like, please
And
take
there's
your time.
there's about $2 million left.
Yeah. Definition of spending it all in one place.
Fuck. I just wanted to go and find like a clothing store or someone who can like make custom clothing. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Cool.
As the goblins are working on these tattoos, the one that's been talking with you the most is gonna be like, yeah, you want the Imagine It right down the road on your left.
It's called Imagine It. That's cute.
It's Imagine Knit. KNIT.
Oh, that's so good.
Adorable.
I'm bookmarking this shop in business name generator.
Very
You
good.
should. This is great.
Also, guys, I've been doing the math. We still have 3 million. Like, we're
Oh,
still
yeah.
good. We got 300 or 3,347,000.
Yeah, you might want to kind of keep that to yourself. This isn't exactly the most wholesome place in the universe.
Was that over the table? It was over the table. Cough, cough.
It was over. Yeah, it was over. Taryn would have also fully said that out loud too. Just totally been in character.
Too bad I don't have gift of gab.
All right, Imagine Knit. Cool. Thank you, my good dude. I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah, we'll see you in 8 hours.
Also, stupid question: where are did Whirl's parents just like follow us around, or did they like go off to like a spa or some shit?
They're kind of off doing their own thing.
Great. I don't know what I would do with them here.
Taking out a timeshare somewhere. You never know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
right. I mean, he just handed us a bag of 3 million gold. I'm sure they are fine. I'm sure he's got some
They're
places to
fine.
hang.
Yeah, he's got credit places like.
Yeah, yeah.
He's solid. Okay, I'm gonna pop down the road to Imagine Knit, which is the greatest name.
Yeah, Imagine It is one of the nicer tents in the area, which is saying something because everything, like I said earlier, is like fucking gorgeous here. And it's just gonna be like this big open face on the front, and it's your basic square, covering a lot of space, and you can see just racks and racks of clothing that cover all manner of size and shape and style, decorativeness. simplicity, everything that you can think of on the spectrum.
Cool. I'm immediately just gonna go find the tailor of the shop and talk to them.
Okay. You will find one. Roll a d8.
Okay. I got a 3.
Okay. Wait, got another 3? Roll again.
Yeah, okay. That's a 6.
6. One tiefling,
Hell yeah.
which is easy for you to identify.
Sick.
So there's a bunch of people like perusing around and doing deals with several of the other merchants manning this place, but there is one tiefling who's available.
Mhm. Hi there. Just popping in to see if y'all take custom orders.
Of course we do. What kind of custom are we talking about?
I mean, perusing about your wares here, you seem to have a fairly wide range of the kind of things that you're capable of making. They're all fantastic. What I'm looking for, it's like a kind of an off-the-shoulder cape sort of a thing. Hoping it to be made primarily of feathers, if that's okay, like white feathers.
Why, yes, you compliment us correctly. It's a wide variety indeed. Off the shoulder feathers. And she kind of like snaps her fingers, and in the same moment is just gonna kind of like wisp this mysterious fabric around you and like slap your shoulder. And you feel this like little pinprick just on the flesh of your shoulder, and this like awkward pin is sticking out. And you see this like really thin piece of what I will describe as like a felty substance, just sort of hanging off your shoulder, and it goes like basically down to your elbow. She goes, "How is this?
Yeah, that's a good length. Yeah, that would work.
No, not longer, shorter?
Mm,
Custom, of course. It's to your liking."
That's true. If you can make it kind of like in an A-line sort of a thing, kind of make it look like a wing, that would be neat. I'd be into that.
Neat is not a descriptive word that we use we work with very often, but we can make it work. We can make it work. And she just like she pulls like this pincushion out of a pocket and just starts poking it in various places, and this fabric is like extending in some places and shortening it in others to match your description until it gets to what you is in your mind would understand as just right. And at the moment you're thinking just right, she says, just right. And like slaps you on the back, not very gracefully. So it like jars you a little bit, and you just hear this and a bunch of feathers just start to sprout out of it, and like come out and lay down in exactly the look that you're looking for. So I guess for my sake, as well as everybody else, what does this look like?
It looks exactly as it sounds. Kind of an off-the-shoulder sort of a cape, that is like clasped up on one and then draped over the other. Goes down to about like the small of her back in terms of length, in that kind of like reverse teardrop shape, looking like a wing. And it's just a bunch of white feathers. Though she kind of looks at it a little bit and like kind of peeps it in a mirror, and she's like, there's kind of one thing missing, and with your blessing, if they're kind of on the same wavelength here, then the tailor would have like picked up on exactly what she's thinking of, and the like bottom 4 or 5 rows of feathers would turn into like this dark ombre effect of like black feathers going up into white.
Ooh, nice.
That's tight.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. That's actually really good. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, no, that's wow. y'all are like professionals at this. Like, not even to say that obviously you're professionals, you own a business, and you're highly proficient in what you're doing here, but goodness, that, yeah.
Your
Wow.
satisfaction is our business.
Very good then. What am I, what's the damage on this one?
3,000.
Oh, cool. She, like, grabs, the little amount that she would have taken from the bag and then just, like, tucks, like, 5,000 at her.
Yeah, when when you do that, she kind of like gives you this look with a raised eyebrow and then gets this demeanor of disappointment, like, oh, I messed that up. And just takes the gold and says, anything else?
That's all I really wanted. I mean, I'll tell your services, tell of your services far and wide to those that I know and anyone else that's looking for highly customized apparel, because this is very good.
Why, thank you. She says that with like a deep bow and just kind of turns around, whisks away off to the next customer.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna go find Cal and see if we can go find funny trinkets for the rest of the gang.
Nice.
Onward.
All right. Cool. Yeah, let's go find a jewelry shop that's got some silly business, you know? Apparently World's looking for something that you can take something off and throw it and suddenly explosions. So maybe we can find something along that. Excuse me, those lines. We'll be set.
Excuse me. Okay. The first jewelry shop that comes to sight would be called the Serene Passion.
Ooh. Okay, hopping in to go and browse those wares, see what they've got.
Long story short, they've got all manner of precious stones, gems, completed pieces of jewelry, signs for custom pieces, anything you can think of.
Cool.
So over the table, what I had originally asked for was beads of force, and then I said it would be cool if they were on a piece of jewelry. That was where this idea came from. If you find something like that, cool. If you don't find something like that, also cool. If the DM invents something else that is a stupid way for World to manage a space with a piece of jewelry, I'm fucking taking it.
Neat. Excellent. Yeah, I think keeping in line with what Whirl's looking for, is gonna walk over to one of the display cases and see like a cool little choker necklace with like a little black sphere and be like, that's kinda, I think that's the vibe that we're looking for here. Hey, shopkeep, sorry, I don't know your name, otherwise I would be less rude and actually call you by your name. Any help with this would be rad. Would be dope.
You are going to find yourself with a dwarf walking toward you. Yeah, my name's not important. What are we looking for?
Nice to meet you, not important.
Yeah, what's up, not important? My name is I see this rather intriguing necklace. It looks, fairly innocuous. What with it being, it looks like kind of like a black choker with like a black bead on it. Tell me more about this one. It's a bead of force one.
Yeah, well, that particular bead doesn't really do anything. It's more of a display piece, but if you're looking to and he like looks around and leans in to sort of say this a little more quietly. If you're looking to, wear something that conveniently you could cause some explosions with, that would be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, how many?
Ooh, that's fun. How's 3 sound?
3. You
Yeah.
only you're just gonna wear a thing that causes explosions. You only want 3.
You make
Half
a good
it-
point.
When you find the beads of force, it's 1d4 plus 4 cough.
Yeah. Oh, +4. Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Here, let me just roll for that.
5 or more. 5 or more.
So 6. 6 is cool. I'm done with that. You know what? 3, too little. Let's double that. Let's get a little wild here. 6 sounds great.
All right. I'm hearing 6 then. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Anything else?
You know you want something too, don't you?
I'm trying to find like cool friendship bracelets for friends.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
we
one
had.
that I was looking for.
You want bracelets? I've got bracelets.
Yeah.
You want watches? I got watches. Opens up a coat.
What are you selling? What are you buying?
Sugar
What-
dates
what-
and beans, sugar dates and pistachios.
What manner of bracelet are we talking about here?
Your most ridiculous thing for 5 different people. I don't care how gaudy it looks, how simple it looks. You pick the range within there. I'm just looking for something for a rather chaotic bunch of people.
Chaotic.
Yeah,
All right, I got you. Let's go to the back here.
nice.
Okay, so long story short, you're going to have a choker necklace of beads of force.
Oh, now I have to figure out what exactly they do.
Yup.
Fun.
Roll a d100, please.
Do you want to do that?
Oh, me?
Yeah, since it's gonna
Sure.
be yours.
I
Totally.
think it's so funny, like the thought of going into a place to buy bombs and friendship bracelets.
All the same, right? You know.
D&D, baby. 12.
Okay, and then you said you wanted 5 of these.
Yeah. Actually, can we do 6?
Yeah, if you can swing 350,000.
Oh.
Maybe.
All right, well,
There's
here's
7
your
apiece?
choker. That's 2.
Okay.
We'll hardly hit under 3 million. It'll be fine.
No, it's just. I'm feeling like I'm going to have to pay my dad back for some of this.
You're gonna be a famous performer. You'll be able to make
know,
that.
I'll be
Save the material plane. It's gonna
I
be
know.
fine.
We'll basically get the key to the city. That thing that's so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Ooh, 3. Oh, jeez. What was it? 200,000? You said 250?
Yeah, 350.
Oh, okay. Whew, wow, 350. Oh, it's my life savings there, bud. But you know what? I love my friends that much. I'm willing to do anything.
Uh-huh. And he's just going to sort of hold out his hand.
So that's-
1 gold. 2 gold. I'm just kidding.
352,000.
8 hours later.
Yeah, that's how we spend the whole time. Is just counting all of it. Oh my god.
Excellent.
No, that's awful. No, I probably have it like, it's probably not just like a hunk of gold, right? Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's just like, here's a
She's
bag
like
with-
BRB and just goes to get the bag and comes back.
Yeah, just,
No, you just have the bag on you. We've already established that. You just have the bag.
yeah. I'll give him, the 350,000 in several different pouches, because one massive pouch is probably way too heavy.
Yep.
Probably also in like platinum, so it's less weight, but
Fair.
it's there.
Yeah, nice
And
doing
the
business
last
with
one.
you.
goodness, that's a lot of money. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Anything else
Perfect.
for you?
Can you tell me what these bracelets do if they do anything?
Yeah, you'll know details when you put them on, I guess. But
Fun.
yes, in the broader sense of thinking, I guess it's basically if your friend can do something that you can't, you can do it once.
Oh, okay.
And vice versa. I mean that, and all six are sort of connected to each other. So you know half the reason they're so expensive though
Yeah.
is because you don't really, they're not as requiring as other magical items. You can just sort of use it.
Okay. So not important. What you're telling me here is that this is powered by the power of friendship. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I'm not a sappy ass like that as much as you might be, but yeah, you could say that.
Where are you getting sappy ass from? Huh?
My
A single
vocabulary.
line and- Okay. Point taken. All right. Well, thank you kindly. I appreciate it. Hey Cal, I got a bracelet for you.
Is the sixth one for Claudius?
No.
That's Templar.
Yeah.
What is this?
Got your arm. Come on. It's like we're at a rave and I gotta do the like whole like friendship bracelet pass on thing. Come on.
Yeah, all those raves that I've been to, that I know that is the thing that is done. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, did you say a rage?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Try and punch me or something, and I'll try and get the bracelet on there as your mid punch.
I'll hold out my hand.
Okay.
Okay.
You dodge out of the way.
What is this though? What are you doing?
The friendship bracelet.
So as you say this and he's holding out his arm, you start to hold up the bracelet and it like enlarges a little bit to fit his much larger hand than yours. And it actually starts to take whatever form that you, Cal, would want it to take.
Nice.
If you want to describe what it looks like.
I don't know what's going on with it, so it still looks like whatever beads or whatever it looks like.
Okay. When it's like wraps itself around your wrist, it again is going to take whatever form you choose eventually if you want to. You would understand this to be like, it almost feels like you have attuned to something, but it doesn't actually require attunement. You would understand that it is connected to other similar bracelets, and what it does is, as an action, you can choose to use a feature or ability, like class ability, that any of your other friends has that you do not.
That's so cool.
Yes, it is.
Everybody has inspiration. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my god, we have inspiration. That's wild.
Everybody has healing hands.
And I don't remember how exactly this tracked on the idea you guys got it from, but for me it's going to be features and class abilities only.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does that track?
Down
Okay.
for it.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
But like, I have healing. I have 2 types of healing in my features.
I was like, does that count? Like, does that include channel divinity? Does that include rage?
Yeah. And you can all see each other's character sheets. That's part of the beauty of us using D&D Beyond. So anything that is under the features tab, class features will be in there as well. So anything in there. And you can use this once per long rest each.
Bananas.
So that means that everybody else can use divine intervention as well. Which is
Oh, that's dangerous.
Nice.
Ooh, y'all got some fun things.
Yeah,
that you can
we're a
have access
fucking
to.
stacked ass party. Like,
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
You lose an arm, just attach it back and it'll snap right back into place. Now you got that. I wanna know what Cal's bracelet looks like when he realizes it's a friendship bracelet.
Okay. There are caveats to things like this.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Divine intervention. You must roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level.
Ah.
Only 2 of you have cleric levels. So we're gonna have to get into the minutia like that.
All right.
So there are going to be some limitations like that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Point being, everybody gets like y'all can shoot bardic inspiration at everybody, and if we or you could do the all of my other like bananas bardic shit, because I think it doesn't say anything about having to be a bard to do it. Now I'm gonna read into everything that everybody has, so I can like immaculately know what we can do.
Exactly. Okay. Anything else, or getting back to the tattooers?
Yeah, I'd be happy to get back to the tattoo parlor. Probably like stop by somewhere and get like snacks and drinks so that people aren't just like chilling there sans any form of libations or anything, just to get them going for the 8 hours that they're gonna be here.
All right. That's going to be an inconsequential amount of money. So, yeah.
Pearl's having a great time. She's just like singing at people. She's like high-fiving stuff. The other two are in like full ass agony, and she's like pew 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 pew.
Just having the time of her life. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get back, all that happens. We'll fast forward through the rest of the 8 hours you've got. And now 3 of you have some pretty epic tattoos. Do we want to describe them at all, or are we just kind of going with it?
I mean, I think Whirls is just like squiggly shapes and stuff, but it's like upper back and then like kind of hooks around the front.
It would also have to fully cover both of your arms.
Does it?
Yeah. 2 limbs and torso for
I didn't
legendary.
think it had to be that much. I dislike that. I thought it was very rare.
Oh no, this is legendary. Unless you want it to be of the very rare tier, and I just misunderstood.
I don't think it doesn't
It's
do anything more.
Item, very rare.
Yeah, very rare is chest and torso, or like chest/back.
Right. I thought you were going for legendary.
I didn't. I mean, it doesn't. I don't believe anything changes in what it does to up it to legendary, so I wasn't doing that.
Oh, okay, fair.
Because like, make it legendary, cool. We've spent more money on it.
Right.
But it doesn't aid in anything else, so I went with just rare because that's what it said the item was.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
We'll do that then.
Still chest and back.
Okay. What's next then?
God damn, that hurt.
Yeah. I think I'm ready to go to sleep for a little while.
What'd you guys end up getting while we were being tortured?
Some pretty cool stuff. Hey, Whirl, I got this cool necklace. It can, I don't know, it seemed neat. There's little beads on it and stuff, but I don't know, you can figure it out.
Cool. Yeah. I will, just real quick, I'll cast Identify and figure out exactly what the beads do, even though I over the table already know. And then I will explain, cool, these are beads of force. They do like they kind of like do in my brain, or like reading through what a bead of force does, it seems like it basically creates a wall of force around, or like a dome of force around someone. Is that like a correct description? In a like, how do I mechanically use it way. And if we don't want to get into that minutia, we can wait.
The way I'm quickly reading it right now is, yeah, it's essentially a sphere wall of force that keeps things trapped inside if they fail to save.
Right. All right, that's all. I have that now. Not sure how to use it, but we'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
cool. It's so inky and black and spooky. It'll look really good with my new tattoo.
Hey. Oh, I got this cool cape thing. It's
Nice.
just got cool looking feathers. I just wanted something neat.
Work.
That's cool. Is that for Templar? Is that like what it's based? That's cool.
I got everyone something. Cal's already got his on. I've got mine on. Here, everyone, stick out your arm. I got you a little friendship bracelet.
I'll, yeah, stick out my friendship bracelet arm.
Stick out my friendship bracelet arm.
I'll stick out the arm that's not tattooed.
Hell yeah.
This bracelet is gonna look like, the kind of shitty plastic beads that you would see on a
Taylor
typical
Swift
friendship
bracelet.
Yes, thank you. And hers just says RT boys with little hearts on either side.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whirls is like a tennis bracelet.
Gertz is like what you would see when you go to summer camp. It's like one of those like woven, like
Mhm.
handmade ones. Maybe a couple beads here and there, but yeah.
Nice.
Terran's is kind of like a beaded bracelet, except that all the beads are like a different phase of the moon, and where it has new
That's
moon,
cool.
it's just like a little silver plate that reads RT Boys.
Nice.
Whirls will probably have like a charm, like a Pandora fucking charm. Sorry, boys.
Excellent.
I
Oh.
got another one for our best boy, the Templar. So whenever we find him.
Yes. Amazing. Oh shit. Does that mean oh no?
That's
Intentional with
wild.
that. I just wanted him to have a cool bracelet. So
His just is a bracelet that kind of looks like ours, but probably does not allow us any additional friendship.
I'm that. I just need him to know that he's loved.
We just need, yeah.
We can't just choose that something doesn't exist on this timeline anymore. That's wild.
Oh, weird! We got to the final battle, and the astronaut just like disappeared. He just doesn't exist anymore. It was so weird. Oh, that was easy.
Well, fancy. We beat D&D like all
Did we win?
Guys, we just got to create our perfect timeline. That's crazy. How did that-
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Should probably go meet back up with Jan Sieben, since he said he wanted to go back at that. Meet back up at that
Yeah.
square.
True.
Okay. Let's go.
So
Yeah,
we'll
just meet him
transition.
in that region.
Okay. You head back. You're going to find Jan Sieben basically approaching the rendezvous point at the same time you are. And he'll just meet up with you and ask, "Is your day complete?"
Yeah.
I think
Pretty
so.
sure so.
For snacks, you want some snacks? They have like a lot of candied nuts for some reason.
Nice.
You want some?
Whirl's parents will be right behind him, and both of them will kind of have this look of angst. And Brian's gonna come up to you, Whirl, and give you a hug and say, "I don't know if there's anything else I can do to help."
That's okay. I think we have about as much stuff as we can physically handle. I'll hand him the bag back, and I'll be like, we only spent 562,750 gold.
Only.
Only. And we can discuss that later. I apologize. Again, ask for forgiveness or permission.
This was for you to use. It's
Okay.
perfectly okay.
Okay. And I will give him another hug. I will give my mom a hug. and be like, I promise I will try and call more and visit more as soon as this is done. It's kind of been a lot. Please be safe. Please be safe.
Oh yes, dear. Do be careful, and
I'm
all of you are welcome to visit anytime.
right. I could just show up there now. I learned this thing because we've been doing so much magic so fast, where I can just like show up, which obviously you must have figured out because I have this bag. But
Well, no
show up there.
excuses then. I expect to see you a lot.
I realized that I did that to myself. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Ready?
Do this.
Let's do it.
We didn't by chance get a long rest in while we were getting tattoos.
If I bite it, I thought that we meant sleep because
Well, funny you should ask because we're gonna do this thing, and this is where we're going to end for today. Actually,
Fair.
gotcha.
Yansibin is going to put a hand on Cal's shoulder and say to you all, I do apologize for my part in this. As a final, whatever gift I can give of good grace and to request your forgiveness, I send you off to where you came from. And just kind of lowers his head and gives Cal's shoulder a squeeze, and all of you are going to feel as if a hand is squeezing your shoulder, and you kind of get this flash again into
just got it tattooed by my
you get this sort of flash again into blackness, and it's like you're back at this gate that you first saw into the plane of fire and seeing the city of brass, but instead is looking into a new room, and this huge slab of stone sounds like it's just careening from ceiling to ground behind you, and in front of you you see a horrific sight that I will describe next time. However, in the process you do experience the benefits of a long rest and a level up.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay.
Dangerous.
So
Oh gosh.
so
Making big choices.
we are going to pick up there next time, and I'm going to give you between now and next session to do a level up if you for decision making and all that, because level 19 ain't no joke. That's going to be it for us today. We should be back in 2 weeks, I think.
I think that is correct.
We're on
Yes?
for the 15th.
Believe so.
Yeah.
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 What's the 2 weeks?
15.
What's
It says that what's tonight? Today's the 1st.
So
Yeah.
15.
yes.
Sweet.
I'm okay
right.
on the 15th.
For viewers at home, we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.